Welcome to Alchemize Yourself Tarot. We're going to do an energy check-in and see what you're needing to alchemize or transmute at this time, whether it be relationship, career, whatever comes out in the cards. We're going to do an energy check-in to see where we're at. We are in Mercury Retrograde. So it's very important to not get pulled back into old narratives or dynamics right now. Many of you are really, truly making an effort to move forward and bring new energy into your lives. So during this next few weeks, it's very important to not get pulled back into old dynamics or narratives or things that have been keeping you stuck, because I definitely see, as long as you can keep pushing forward, there are new beginnings and new opportunities coming in right now. I've been seeing a lot of aces. I've been seeing Six of Wands, like being victorious, doing really well, but you may slip back into some shadow work at this time, some really deep, intense things that you're processing and needing to purge. Just know that anything negative that you're experiencing at this time, this is an important time to process all of that. Move through that energy so you can kind of come out on the other side of it into something new. Because that's the work we're trying to do here. We're not trying to keep anybody stuck in loops or patterns or narratives that are not healthy to your growth, your spiritual growth. So let's see, Spirit, what's wanting to come out here? We'll just do a free fly. Ooh, 5, yes, negativity, 5 of sky. This is the 5 of swords. There could be some conflict that you're experiencing right now. One thing that comes up in Mercury retrograde a lot of times is miscommunication. People start to express negative feelings and emotions. Tensions between you and other people. A lot of that stuff gets exposed during Mercury retrograde. So many of you may feel like it's coming at you from all angles. Rejection, chaos, disagreements, not being able to get on the same page with people. So anytime you're in 5 of Swords energy, it can create delays. But just know that this is a time of change. How you face adversity is going to be really important. It's not about being perfect or perfectly showing up all the time in your communication. What's important here is being resilient, staying the course, and not letting it completely derail you from what you're trying to do. How you come through this conflict is really a test of your character. So it may feel like a struggle right now, and it may be putting you in your shadow. It may be causing doubts and fears. It's like this little kitty cat just feels like, okay, you can't get it right. But let's see, what is this challenge? What is this challenge that you're experiencing right now? Well, this could be in your home life. 4 or 5 fire would be your home, your security, coming into balance and harmony with other people. You're really struggling to find balance and harmony in your life just in general right now. Maybe there are a lot of arguments breaking out. Maybe you and your partner aren't on the same page, or in a separation due to some sort of argument. But then we have the 3 of fire. Yeah, this is about the new energy coming in. So the challenge is to move through it, get to the other side, come up with a plan of action for the future. So reestablishing balance and harmony. So this conflict is actually helping to rebalance the energy. It may not feel like it. Yeah, some of you, Sky Tom is the Knight of Swords. Some of you definitely, as you or someone else was really quick to jump the gun, get agitated, be confrontational. That's definitely something I'm seeing here. But the important part of confrontation and conflict, it is the opportunity to reestablish balance and harmony if you're able to get to the other side of it. Three of Wands, I think it's really going to be a challenge to stay the course, stay focused on your ambitions, your long-term goals, whatever you're trying to create, whatever you're trying to establish, and not allow this conflict to derail you. So you and another person may both be feeling this way, but usually conflict happens for a reason. Usually there's a confrontation. Something's needing to change in your work dynamic, a family dynamic, a relationship. Something is needing to change. So it's okay to, express yourself, or maybe even have a little lash out or argument. Sometimes those are the true tests of whether or not you're going to be able to build or work with somebody in the future. The biggest strength that's coming out of all of this is a new beginning. Some of you are going to completely go in a new direction, or you're going to get a new idea. It's going to reinvigorate the passion and the energy. Sometimes conflict forces you out of stagnancy. It forces you to be creative, to come up with new ideas, new solutions. So the Four of Fire and the Three of Fire, yes, this might be a challenge, but you're going to get a new idea. You may even choose to go in a completely new direction. This is a time of inspiration and breakthroughs for you. You may even decide to move in a completely new direction out of this energy. So it's a blessing in disguise. It feels really uncomfortable right now, but this discomfort is leading to a great idea, a great opportunity, moving you out of stagnancy. Sometimes you just get agitated and irritated because you're stagnant. Something's not working. This is an opportunity to come up with solutions. And yes, something has been very toxic. Something has been triggering your shadow. We talk about shadow work. Conflict and triggers. This is all an opportunity to go within and figure out your triggers. Someone could be behaving really controlling or toxic or triggering your fears. And sometimes, like I said, sometimes that's even a blessing, because it's like, okay, that fear, that shadow gets triggered. What can you do about it? What do you need to do moving forward? That's the alchemy aspect of it. So someone's definitely triggering you, and they may or may not even consciously be acting toxic, but it's a very dark, negative energy that's exposing a pattern of what's not working. And this is an opportunity for you to transmute and move that into a solution. So what is the big pivot point? The change pivot point. What's shifting is the Lovers. So in a love connection, this could be the pivot point is, are you going to choose a higher love or something toxic, something negative, something that drags you down, something that's a rejection kind of energy where you're in shame, rejection, in your shadow. So there's a decision being made at this time. And Mercury retrograde is not always the best time to make definitive decisions right now. But this could be a major pivotal moment in a relationship. Are you going to be able to establish harmony with this person and love? You know, are you going to move through that negative energy, or are you going to just continue to trigger each other and be toxic and argue and fight about things? So definitely something, this could be a major crossroads moment between you and another person. Could even be a work partnership. Can you work with this person, or is it just going to hold you back? Is a relationship dynamic going to hold you back, or help you get to where you want to be? Yeah. Consequences, the Justice card, cause and effect. There's definitely some consequences playing out with this argument, cause and effect. You do one thing, you're going to get a result, right? If someone does something negative or toxic, there's going to be a consequence for it. There's going to be a reaction. For every action, there's a reaction. That's how you have to look at justice. This is about making something got really tangled up and ugly and out of balance. And it's the consequence of something here that was in shadow. And your higher self, or, you know, source, spirit, knows that something needs to be balanced out. You know, and if you know, the result of, if you can move through this negative energy, you know, a pathway is going to open up for you. A pathway to doing things differently. And this flew out, and it 9 of fire in the reverse. So burnout. Do you want to, you know, continue to burn yourself out with something? This is like the 9 of Wands. I'm getting, this is like the Grand Council. Every time I see this card with the cats, you know, circled around. It could be that somebody's getting bad advice, not good guidance. I think it's an important time to trust your own intuition. But also, do you really want to fight for something? Do you really want to resolve an issue? Because if you continue with toxic behavior, things that aren't working, and you don't come up with solutions, you're going to have burnout. You're going to experience that in a dynamic. And yeah, you want to establish something that works. 8 of Earth, this could be affecting your work, your job, your path, your project. Some of you need to focus on work. 8, the number 8 is ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is all about work. So some of you could actually end up rebalancing out and finding solutions by not, you know, continuing to burn yourself out in negativity or fighting or arguing or pushing an issue. Allow spirit to work out the details, the consequences, because something got tangled up, and sometimes you have to release and surrender. Hey, this is just gonna lead to burnout or chaos if you continue to engage at this time. Because there is something, work in silence. 8 of Earth with the moon. It's time for you to move in silence and focus on your work, and possibly even withdraw from a situation, at least until there's a shift in perspective. Because after the Justice comes the Hanged Man. There needs to be a shift in the perspective of how someone's viewing the situation. Someone may not be seeing something from your perspective. Do I go with this? I'm going to actually go with the Ascending Life. Let's go a little layer deeper here and see what this 5 of Sky could be in regards to, why are you in conflict right now? Why are you feeling like you're on the outside? So, some of you feel like an outsider as well. You're meant to go in a completely different direction than the people that you're around. That's what I'm getting. The reason you're at odds or feeling rejected or dismissed or feeling like you're having to fight for your position is because you're meant to go in a completely different direction, especially in regards to your work. A relationship could be distracting you from what you're wanting to do, your long-term goals. So yeah, children. Some of you, this does have to deal with children, raising children, working with children, emotionally immature behavior. Something could be coming off as really childish or immature. But, you know, sometimes children and childish behavior can really cause unnecessary drama and conflict for those of you who have children. But children could be there could be an argument about children. Children could be causing, you know, summertime, kids are out of school. So, you know, they can affect how your relationship, it can affect your relationship. It could be affecting your work. It could be causing a lot of distractions for you at this time. If someone's behaving immaturely or non-committal, you know, that could be creating this feeling of drama. It's adding to the drama. It's not helping something. But the Four of Wands and the Three of Wands is saying that you're trying to come up with a solution moving forward. And we have travel. So some of you may be wanting to escape. You're wanting a new adventure. You're wanting to move in a new direction. And also summertime. Summertime is a big time for travel. Traveling with kids. Dealing with, you know, you're going on vacation. Some of you could be planning a vacation and there's disagreements about where you're going to go, what you're going to do. You're having to consider everybody's needs, and there's an important contract. So that's definitely something in Mercury retrograde. You know, you always hear it said it's not a time to sign important legal documents, making something official. You know, could be, you know, signing a contract, and as far as moving or going somewhere, making reservations, that could be an issue at this time, and there's arguments about that. It's like I'm getting just things coming from all angles with a person. Could even be someone you're dealing with. It could be a time when it's not a good time to be dealing with things, because, you know, summertime is usually a pretty busy time between kids and vacation and everything else. But there's definitely going to be an opportunity here to start something new, to, you know, a new idea. So, some of you have disagreements over what you're wanting to do when it comes to multiple people. So the Ace of Wands is business, work. Yeah, I was getting a business vibe off of this reading. Also, there could be a decision between business and love. Right now may not be the time for love. There's a lot of important details to work out. But yeah, like with the Eight of Pentacles, this might be a good time to focus on your business, revising your ideas, making career moves. Mercury in retrograde is more like everything's slowing down. So Eight of Pentacles is about being disoriented. You know, disoriented. That came out for a reason. You may be disoriented. Look at all these kittens. So it's like you're trying to juggle business, a partnership, keeping the kids happy, keeping everything in line. But it's important to work through slow down, work through the details of a contract. Take your time. Don't rush decisions. But there's, I like this. A new work opportunity. An opportunity to make more money. Earning more money. Getting a raise or a promotion. That might even be a little delayed. But don't let that hold you back. At the end of it, you're going to get that increase. Yeah, someone's completing out a cycle of something that's been very toxic. Fulfillment, broadening your horizon. This is the end of a journey. You're moving through old energy. And some of you might be wondering, why is something popping back up? Or why is a pattern popping back up? And what I'm getting here is this is an opportunity to close out a cycle once and for all. Closing out a cycle of something that just has not been working. And when it comes to love, you have the love offer and soulmates. Oh gosh, the lovers, soulmates, this is harmonious, being in love, a bond that helps you to grow. Yeah, releasing bonds that aren't helping you to grow and being with partnerships and bonds that help you to grow. And getting asked out, a new love offer, a job offer. Yeah, doing a job that you love. So that's what's shifting and changing here. And all that old energy has to be cleared out karmically with the Justice card. The consequences. All that stuff was not working. It had to be removed. It had to be resolved. Yeah. Online dating, online business. Some of you, that's where you're going to be making money, is online, remote, through social media. You know, meeting somebody new possibly. But it's like there's this at the end of the day, it's like releasing all this tension and mountain, overcoming an obstacle, possible delay, patience. This is going to require a lot of perseverance and patience. So don't get caught up in the drama, or don't allow the drama to get you off your path or what you're focused on right now. You'll move through it. It's gonna require some perseverance right now to get through whatever you're going through. Maybe today things feel a little chaotic, or the past week or two, or this couple weeks. But I do see, it's temporary. You're gonna move through it, and you've got a very important connection here. And also, I'm getting that this could be an important business connection, business opportunity as well. Somebody that you love working with and creating with. So, final message here. This is all good. All this conflict, you are not going to be out in the cold for too long, because there's definitely... But it's like it does require you to nose down and do the work, organize everything, get through all the details. What does want to come out? Oh, you want to come out? Okay. Ever unfolding. Yeah, this is part of the journey. Things like this are part of your journey. You've already begun, but healing doesn't have a finish line. Oh, just remember, if something's coming back around, healing doesn't have a finish line. That is so true. You're going to have ebbs and flow. It's going to be more like a wave than a straight line. It's not linear. But healing doesn't have a finish line. It's a lifelong commitment to betterment. A spiral path of shedding, revealing, and becoming. So yeah, maybe you feel down about some sort of fallout or argument, but don't be so hard on yourself. This is also part of your path. Fear may whisper that you've gone far enough, but truth invites you deeper. You are ready to rise, to face, to feel. You're ready to overcome something. And let grace be your guide and compassion your compass. This is the brave work of becoming whole. Yeah, be compassionate with yourself. You're going to get through this. You're going to get through this disagreement. I think it's very important to continue to work on your long-term goals and allow everything else around you to kind of resolve itself right now. Because everybody else needs to do their own work too. Right? It's not your responsibility to control things. So we'll close it out there. Love you guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. And really hope to be with you again. Bye.